Hey guys, it's John. You're on the JRB Tree Climbing channel. It was just a couple days ago where I showed you how a widowmaker, a tall tree that is dead just down the way here in this watershed, is going to come down sometime, and therefore I needed to find a safer spot. You can see the video description of this video for a link to that on my tree selection playlist. And I chose this rather unconventional tree behind me here. It's got a heavy lean. We're on the opposite side of the tree now for try to get a little better lighting. And I have a throw ball up over that vertical stem. I haven't climbed this tree yet, but I am going to be hunting in here because there's a pretty nice buck in the area. And so normally I wouldn't invade the precious hunting ground with human scent, but we're gonna sacrifice that for the good of science as my season is about to open up. So so this is very unscripted and unrehearsed. So here I have my universal system. I've got a universal system, and I'm going to be climbing DSRT. Anytime I can climb DSRT, I climb DSRT. Normally it would have a total of 4 friction hitches on it, but I take one off because most of the time I'm climbing DSRT. So one of the Longhorn Agiles is removed and just along for the ride. But I just wanted to show you when you're a person like me who doesn't use a pack, it's kind of important that the order you put things on. And so for example, I use this crossbody bag when I'm climbing. It's got a couple necessities that I need, and I'll need them on this climb. So here are my pruning shears, and here is my silky pocket boy. You want to grab one of these. You can look at the shopping list on my website, jrbtreeclimbing.com, and get a discount. But that is a fantastic saw. Just be really careful you don't cut yourself. But I'm going to have these tools at the ready because I'm going to clean some of that junk off on the way up. And of course I have permission to do so. So my crossbody bag I take with me. It's got some necessities. It's got my gut kit. I've even got an extra trail camera in here. I just got the stuff I need. I can fit a water bottle in there. That's all I need. I'm going to need to take my bridge off, but in what order? Here's my platform. Let's assume I'm walking quite a ways to my tree. Well, the platform is the last thing I take off. So it's the first thing I put on. Then I'll put on my bridge. And then I've got my rope, and I attach it to my bridge and wear it on my back. That's the way I walk, weapon in hand. And so, obviously, didn't bring a weapon. We will simulate that when I get in the tree. I don't know if I'm going to use a platform in this tree or not, but I brought it along just in case, and we'll wing it as we get there. Okay, so here we go. My paracord preset is up in the tree. I always push it up so that it can't be seen, can't be disturbed. We're in a floodplain. It won't get swept away. This is the slipped overhand bend. See my video on that? It's really easy to remove. There, it's removed. And with my manner of rigging my lines, I won't get them crossed. So now I'll take off my rope. So here's one side of my universal system, and I've got a Longhorn Zenith hitch, and we have options for how we rig this into the tree. I've got a JRB end loop, and I can simply grab the end of the Longhorn Zenith, or if I want to, I can just use the Longhorn Zenith. Or the end loop isn't absolutely necessary to rig. I can just rig it just like this. And incidentally, I just tied these hitches. They haven't been climbed on yet. I'm going to remove my paracord preset. We never want to bring the paracord back up. And I'll just tuck that out of the way. And I want to put it in a place where it's easy to find because it might be coming down in the dark. And we want to get that paracord away from us. We don't want it under our feet. We don't want to accidentally grab it with our ankle and bring it up in the tree. I just toss it aside. Take off my bridge, which is acting as a set of suspenders. I clip it in, and I'm going to need to shorten that bridge or else it'll just be too long for the climb. Grab my garter hitch foot loop. Pop it on. So in terms of degree of difficulty, whenever we can't get our foot on the tree, it makes it a little bit more difficult. It'll test our sense of balance and our trust in our system. But I'm ready to climb. And this, ordinarily I might climb this tree on a hunt and take care of this on the very first hunt. But it does make sense, since I expect to be doing a few climbs here, that any disturbance I'm doing today before the season won't ruin that first hunt, right? That first hunt is going to be fairly effective because I can simply show up and climb in high confidence that the tree's ready for me. This is what I call the double shove. And without your foot on the tree, it's a little bit more technique, but no problem. As soon as I can get my foot on the tree, I take advantage of it. That helps stabilize me. Okay, so I'm hiding. Let's clean up a little bit. Got my silky. All right, just made a little room. Let's get a little higher. Now here's a little sucker shoot, but instead of cutting that flush to the trunk, I see an opportunity. I'm going to grab my pruning shears. I'm going to cut it, it's about a foot away, because I can use that to hide my rope, to stash my rope. I can almost always find a place in the tree where my rope can be put. Okay, so as I assess the situation here, gravity wants me right here. Let's get rid of that one more branch so we can see each other. I'm taking my foot out of the garter. I'm going to lower my position just a little bit. So you can see I got this little horizontal branch here, and I can definitely use that for positioning. The strong side shot is fairly straightforward. but the weak side shot, I would go flying off. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and put my platform on right under where gravity wants me to be. Now, I'm not saying I absolutely need one. I'm pretty experienced with this kind of hunting, but you know, for just optimal comfort and positioning, if you were to spend anything more than a couple hours, I got no objections to using a platform. Let's pop that on and feel this out. Okay. All right, so we never want to leave our rope hanging down to the ground. We always, because deer will notice it, as well as it could be a scent wick. And so I'm going to drape that here. There's almost always someplace in the tree for me to stash my rope. And some of those branches, this is a good reason why we don't want to really set up your tree on a first-time hunt, because those branches I put down, you know, I'd be a lot more quiet if I was actually on a hunt. And it doesn't need to be too pretty. Just stash it. You know, we'll have plenty of time to make things pretty. It might be here for hours. I could slowly work on my rope. But let's talk about some shooting positions. So on an actual hunt, I will either leave my foot in the foot loop, which is typical, or if I remove it, I put my guard in. One or the other is always in place. So the strong side shot would actually be this: 1 foot on the platform, and you can see the strong side shot. I don't really have a shot in this direction because of the cover, but I can get one. I mean, I could get that shot. It's good to go through all these motions. See what happened there? You wouldn't want to find out that there was a dead branch above you, but I could pop my bow through here and get a shot. Now, the weak side shot is a shot most people struggle with, and I have learned the easiest way to do it, as long as you've got your tie-in nice and high, is to step in. And we're trusting our system here. The weak side shot becomes the easiest shot. I just come on in this way, and I can hold this position indefinitely. It's actually more comfortable. You need more movement to get there, but there's my weak side shot. So I'm going to show you. We'll cut in so you guys can get a little look at what I'm seeing. Okay, so that's Sam. Thanks, Sam, for all the help with the video, and that was the perspective you were seeing. But just to my right of Sam, there is a pretty good shooting lane out to, I don't know, about 20 yards. I'm primarily a recurve hunter, so I like to hunt where it's thick and take, you know, get them close to me. But as I start to pan north here into the tree, you can see I got nothing there, nothing, but that's okay. We don't need a million shooting lanes. Now we're heading over to the weak side, and that's that clearing you saw in the other video. I've got a perfect shot there, and the trail is 15 yards, and the furthest shot is 20, which would be the max I would take with a recurve. And again, because the deer are traveling in this corridor, see the prior video, they're traveling from left to right. That's why I chose this tree, because it's got natural shooting lanes east and west, because they're coming north and south. And just to make it a 360 view, if I go the other direction, that's probably where they're coming from. Where a deer is coming from, we want cover, right? We want cover. And I have cover. If they're coming right under me, I'll have that shot right there. So this is where gravity wants me. Don't fight gravity. You got to be comfortable in your saddle. That's why I like a long bridge. I can sit for a long period of time. And if I need to stand because there's an approaching deer, I can take slack out with my bridge to go into a stand, right? I'm looking around for other widowmakers, given what we saw in the last video. Anything I can get rid of just to give my eyes a better view of oncoming traffic. Now's the time to do it. And I think one more piece of business during my rappel. I'm going to take down one more branch if I can scoot on over to it, because it'll give me a nice shot over there on my super strong side. Okay, so I might edit a little bit of this to keep the video at a good length. Let's drop our rope. You know, I'd do that quiet if I needed to during a hunt. Longhorn Zenith hitch. I've got two of them, right? Two of them. I can break them with one hand. Let's grab our platform. It's this easy. Okay, so if I'm going to cut that branch down, I'm going to have to straddle the tree. It's a little bit of a tricky rappel. If you're going to make noise, now's the time to make it. We're just setting up, right? We're setting our system up. So the branch between me and the camera is fine. That's not bothering me. It's this other one. And so I'm going to take it out. That just opened up another shooting lane. And this will be fun, but I'm going to swing back under gravity now. I'm going to resume rappel. I probably used enough of your time. I'm going to take my rope down, but the next time I get in this tree, you know, I'll have an arrow knocked, and looking forward to the season. No matter where you are, as this is my last video before my season starts. I realize seasons are starting all throughout the land. I just want to caution you, number one, to be safe, but you know, the time period for experimentation is over now, right? That's one of the reasons I climb year-round and make these videos introducing new content early in the season. I don't even want to give you the chance to learn something new during hunting season. I'm an extreme minimalist. I go in like this, and hopefully I go out with something on my drag. All right, guys, thank you very much.